What's going on, people? Rodney here from SignalSheet, and I'm back with another video. When we last left off on this AI series, I had been investigating some leaps. I just want to point out again that SignalSheet is a framework. You can operate it in the sheet. It's not just a template that you download in the spreadsheet. It's not just an Excel file. It's a framework. You can use the sheet or you can use the AI mode, which you're looking at here on the screen. This is a version of AI mode, which is built to support you, whether you're using the sheet or using AI only mode when you buy the premium version. And I want to make sure that everybody understands that SignalSheet is a framework. It's a way of trading that, increases your ability to be calm and structured, and it allows you to stop over trading and stop gambling and start thinking about trading like a business, because that's how the best traders do it. So we're looking at my sheet here, and I figured I'd make an AI video as I had an idea after looking through a couple of my watch lists. And now I want to investigate something. So what I'm going to do is, this particular version that we're looking at here had one of my watch lists that didn't have a few of the other stocks that I'm watching. And so I'm going to just talk to my smart coach here in SignalSheet and see if it validates my thesis. I'm not even going to tell you all. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you all my thesis is. I see, super microcomputer. It's very undervalued at the moment. That obviously trades alongside Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been down currently. Opportunity here that's developing, and I want to take advantage of that. Part of the reason why I want to take advantage of our opportunity is just looking at, you know, um, some of the concepts that exist, right? So for example, we're looking here at the average 12-month returns, right? And I wanted to remind myself which months of the year are best for trading, right? And this is like over the last 100 years. And so when you're looking at the data set, you really want to look as far out as possible, right? You don't want to look over the last 5 years, the last 10 years, the last 20 years. You really want to think of what really as far back as you can go. This particular website, Rodney, is giving me, the last 100 years, roughly 98 years. I just wanted to remind myself because I couldn't remember which months coming up are really strong. April is one of the best months to trade historically, right? It means if you're holding something long, you really want to hold through April, or you want to at least hold into April, expecting a big move at some point in the month, just based on the historical returns. Another month that I'm watching is July. July is historically the best month for trading, right? So if you're a day trader, July is going to show, a lot of opportunities. But if you're a swing trader or a leap, an ownership, quote unquote, trader like myself, you want to, create setups that allow you to take advantage of July. So those are the 2 months that I'm really watching. But since we're in March right now, I wanted to investigate an opportunity that sets me up for April. So on my sheet here, this is one of my watch lists where I have a lot of different tickers than on the one that I shared with my AI initially. And so I'm just going to copy and paste this entire sheet, right? Again, with my scores and my smart coach prompt. I'm just going to copy and paste it here. I'm going to go back to my smart coach. I'm going to let it know. Some more watch lists data for review. Right, just going to drop that right in. And I'm going to hit this. And let's see what Smart Coach has to say. Okay. So it's confirming that I've dropped the second batch of watch list data, which is great. It lets it compare more structural signals. And now it's doing a quick read, right? So it's evaluating new watch list additions for leaps and quarterly opportunities, which is what I was working on previously, right? So if we're looking at, my previous setups here, I was talking about it giving me AI scores for my previous watch list. As you can see, SignalSheet is set up to score your opportunities, but also score your trade type. In SignalSheet, we have 3 trade types: paycheck, quarterly, and ownership. Paycheck is short-term trades. Ownership are swings or more medium-term trades, say, 2 to 6 months. And ownership, of course, is anything long term. So anything 6 months plus, usually a year plus. And so let's see what Smart Coach has done here with this data. Okay, so it's reconfirming what the system is showing. Cluster one is AI and tech infrastructure. AMD and AVGO continue to be my strongest trades there. NVIDIA is a close third. The chip swing, the chip trade is still strong according to my watch list. Cluster two are recovery and deep value zone. So this is where some tickers that I'm very interested in as far as Wayfair, WGPN, which is global payments. This is one that I trade quite often actually as a company that's very quiet, very under the radar, but they have a very strong balance sheet and a good company. Robinhood, of course, which a lot of people love. This is one that's deep value right now, one that I'm looking at as well. But MCI, SMCI is one that I'm very interested in, high beta AI rebound. And so I'm going to see what it has to say. These can produce 2 to 3x moves, but volatility risk is higher. That is very true. So it's telling me that if I want to go something long term, and again, SignalSheet is set up to give you an opportunity to stay calm, I would want to focus on my cluster one, right? These are ones that are more tried and true. These are ones where the extended, are strong and they have good setups. If I want to go something that has a chance to have a bigger impact, but I would have to, be mindful of the risk that I'm undertaking and the fact that things may be a little less calm, then maybe I'd want to take a small size or whatever I was willing to put up on one of these type of names. So let's see what it has to say. So cluster three is defensive and cyclical. These are good companies with weaker okay. Good companies, but essentially their trade, right? The opportunity for them to, to operate in the way that I'm looking for may be lower. But these are still great companies, great setups. All right, so the most important insight. So I'm glad to see a few things that I like. Your system is not randomly producing scores. It's consistent highlight. Okay, AI infrastructure leadership, right? These are 2 out of these 3 names I'm already trading, right? AMD and AVGO, me personally. The volatility recovery plays. I'm currently trading Wayfair. I like this one, and I wanted to investigate SMCI, so I'm glad it's telling me that these are a volatility recovery play. That's exactly where institutional capital currently rotates. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, SignalSheet, man. Remember at the beginning of the video, you all were here with me. I told you all, is this thing on? I just want to make sure. I told you all that I wanted to test the thesis. The thesis that I wanted to test was, go back to it, was super microcomputer. I even talked about why. I haven't even read yet what SignalSheet has to say, but I just want to go through what I saw. Super microcomputer is currently trading $32.65. Its 52-week high is $62, right? According to SignalSheet, sorry, excuse me. According to SignalSheet, right, the price that I would want to get in is at $49.89. Currently, it's 34% below my entry, which is 20% off of the 52-week high. SignalSheet calls this a deep value zone, right? The score for Supermicro on my sheet is a 10 out of 10, right? Smart Coach tells me this is the high conviction play. And I thought to myself, Bitcoin has been beaten up lately. That won't last, right? History tells us that doesn't last always. Bitcoin, to some degree, is starting to trade alongside big tech names. It's becoming almost like a tech stock in some ways, right? You can almost expect that when tech recovers or tech has a big push, Bitcoin is usually not far behind. Also, I showed you all how I went and looked at the monthly charts, and March, which we're currently in, right at the beginning of March, is just the 4th, and April are some of the years that have the best returns. Also, I'm really looking to see if I can set up something that takes me even out to July. Beautiful. All right, so let's see what else SignalSheet has to say, right? Sorry, I get excited about how good this thing is, right? One name that stands out in this new batch, right? This is interesting because it's AI infrastructure adjacent, high volatility, deep value zone, all the things I just said. This makes a potential torque leap, but when higher risk. Yes, but with higher risk, right? I would treat this similar to Wayfair, opportunistic but not core. Absolutely, very good. So now it's giving me an updated AI score ranking, right? All right, so here's how the full universe sorts out: 2 to 3x potential. Very good. So AMD, AVGO, and Wayfair. I already told you that I'm in all 3 of these, which these are my top 3. And just like I was hoping to see, SMCI is now number 4, AI recovery. That's all I need to see. SignalSheet does exactly what I built it to do. There were a time where I would have all these tickers and they would all be good opportunities, but I would be unsure of which ones were the ones that had the highest conviction for me, where I should focus, where I should filter out. My brain works best when I can rank, stack, score, and just ignore, right? It's not that Netflix isn't a good company. It's a great company. Maybe you should trade it. I'm not. It's not that global payments. I told you I love this. I trade this company all the time. I'm just not thinking about it right now. It doesn't fit my current thesis. It doesn't fit my current goal. Microsoft, excellent name. People love it. If you're a day trader, you probably trade it all the time. If you're a long-term holder of the stock, good for you. I'm sure you've made a killing. Meta, same way. And even Clorox, which is one that maybe you don't trade, but maybe you should think about. But again, defensive rebound. This would be built into my portfolio for a different reason. I'm going to literally ignore all of these, right? So SignalSheet also wants to tell me what it would actually do with this list. It said the goal is, I already told it my goal was concentrated leaps and occasional quarterly, so a cleaner structure. It says I'm going to do leaps. These would be my core. Secondary leaps, GPN and Microsoft. Opportunistic tactical, good. SMCI, I already told you all, I'm thinking about trading this through July. So maybe I'll look at, options that expire in October or something like that. Something that I can hold comfortably between now through the end of July, giving this thing a chance. Quarterly rotation, Netflix, Meta. Okay. Key improvement opportunity in your sheet, telling me your system currently overweights volatility named slightly. Okay. You get these scores because price zone, yeah, but they carry a narrative risk. Okay. Your AI scoring is technically correct, but you may want to add stability weighting to prevent volatility traps from tying with AMD and AVGO. Okay. Giving me some insight on maybe how we should adjust scoring. Very good. Biggest insight. Okay. Good. All right. So now the final thing, and I'm going to stop the video here after we talk through this, and I'll make another video about how I'm going to build my execution plan. Smart Coach is saying, looking at this expanded universe, would you like me to build SignalSheet top 6 conviction portfolio table that shows best leaps, best quarterly estimated? Yep. It would give you for the next 3 to 6 months, exactly what I'm looking for, right? I told you I'm looking for something maybe out through October. 6 months would put me where exactly, right? Let me just see here. March, April, May, June, July, August. It's about to September, right? Is that right? Let's do that one more time. April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sure. So, okay, I'm going to stop the video here. Hopefully you all learned something here. I'm posting these type of videos on my YouTube from time to time. I just want people to see the thought process behind the system and how it's more than just a sheet. This is not just some template that you download. This is not just some Excel tab that you use every now and then, or that you show people that you have a pretty workbook. This thing has changed everything for me, and I'm sure it could change everything for you. Follow along, drop a comment, ask me any questions. Let's get after it. SignalSheet.